A long time ago, China wasn't one country, it was lots of smaller kingdoms. In the Yellow River Valley, the first Chinese civilizations began. These were the Xia and Shang dynasties. The Xia dynasty is like a really old story. We don't know everything about them, but they started Chinese society. The Shang dynasty from about 1600 BC to 1046 BC left behind amazing bronze art and had a complicated society. They also started writing, which is super important to Chinese culture. Next came the Zhou dynasty from about 1046 BC to 256 BC. They believed rulers were chosen by heaven, which changed Chinese politics for a long time. Near the end of the Zhou dynasty there were lots of wars between the kingdoms. But this time also had important thinkers like Confucius. His ideas about being good, getting along with others, and how to run a country are still important in China today. This time of fighting was also a time of big ideas. People talked about Confucianism, Taoism, and legalism. These ideas are still important in China today. This time helped make China one country later on. It was a time of new ideas that shaped China. In 221 BC, Emperor Qin Shi Huang made China one country. The Qin dynasty didn't last long, but it did important things. They made everyone use the same money, weights, and writing. They also started building the Great Wall, which shows how powerful they were. After the Qin, the Han dynasty, from 206 BC to 220 AD, was a great time for China. The Han dynasty is when the Chinese Empire really began. Emperor Wu made the empire bigger and started the Silk Road, which opened up trade with the West. This brought new ideas and made China richer. The Han dynasty invented lots of cool things like paper, the compass, and gunpowder. These things changed the world. The Han dynasty ended in 220 AD, and China wasn't one country again for a while. But the Han dynasty was a great time for art and strong rulers, and it shaped China's future. After a long time of fighting, the Sui dynasty, from 581 to 618 AD, made China one country again. Then came the Tang dynasty, from 618 to 907 AD. The Tang dynasty was another great time for China. It was peaceful and everyone was doing well. Art, poetry, and writing were really popular. The capital city, Chang'an, was a busy place with people from all over the Silk Road. The Song dynasty from 960 to 1279 AD came after the Tang. They weren't as good at fighting, but they were great at technology and business. The Song dynasty invented gunpowder weapons, the printing press, and the compass for sailing. These inventions changed wars and how people explored the world. The Song dynasty was a time of big changes. People started using paper money more, cities got bigger, and more people became merchants. But enemies from the north made the Song dynasty weaker. In the 1200s, Kublai Khan, Genghis Khan's grandson, took over China and started the Yuan dynasty, from 1279 to 1368. The Yuan dynasty was short, but it brought more trade and different cultures from the West. Marco Polo visited China during this time and told Europe all about it. After the Yuan dynasty, the Ming dynasty ruled from 1368 to 1644. The Ming dynasty was Chinese again, not ruled by outsiders. They rebuilt the Great Wall and sent ships all over the world with Admiral Zheng He. But later, the Ming dynasty didn't want to talk to other countries anymore. This made them weaker. Then, the Manchu people from the north took over and started the Qing dynasty from 1644 to 1911. This was the last dynasty in China. The Qing dynasty was peaceful, and China got bigger, but in the 1800s, people started fighting the government, and other countries caused problems. The Opium Wars with Britain showed that China wasn't as strong as it thought, and China had to give land and power to other countries. In 1911, the Qing dynasty ended, and China wasn't ruled by emperors anymore. In the 1900s, China had lots of problems and fought with Japan. But now, China is a really powerful country again.